started working with a new team this year and you've worked like with a few different cars and crew chiefs and that. What's it been like jumping between different cars? I know that you were meant to steer the DTM car, the number 4 here in Sydney, and then obviously the JPM 14 over in Western Australia. You drove the 88 car down south over January, and then you're going to drive the Sala car. What's your thoughts about like jumping between so many different chassis and working with so many different people?
Yeah, look, it's probably like a little bit like it used to be 20 years ago, I guess, but
yeah,
used to do a fair bit of that back in the day. It doesn't really happen as much anymore. It's just the way everything's played out. Look, personally, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, but it's probably not ideal either at the same time. Just with COVID and everything, it just sort of threw everything upside down. And, you know, on a race and you'd plan to do a series and then the series get cancelled. Yeah, we plan to do pretty much, as you said, with DTM, start the year at Parramatta. And then I think it was about mid-December, we're going to jump in the JPM team, run through World Series, Australian Title Classic, all the big stuff, and then just finish the year off in DTM. It was a pretty good little, would have been a good little system. And then obviously COVID hit and that sort of Parramatta never fired up. World Series got cancelled. What else got cancelled? Australian Title and the Classics, pretty much everything.
Yeah, everything.
So from then it was just kind of reassess and just do things on short notice, I guess, in some respects.
And working with different crew chiefs, what's that been like? Because I know like you've worked with Glenn Beaton over in Western Australia. He wasn't there that on the weekend for you, but it must be pretty cool to work with someone like him, but also very tough to have to jump between different crew chiefs. I know when I was racing, it was quite difficult to know when you're working with someone new, the kind of language that they like to talk and how they like to get around problems with the race car. What was that like for you?
Yeah, look, it's been different because I probably had, you know, for 15 years I've worked with the same crew chief, so you really didn't have to the communication and what you need limited words to get your point across, I guess, in some respects. And now I'm really trying to elaborate on everything I mean, so they can understand exactly what the feedback is. But as you said, every driver and crew chief talks a bit of a different language. So Glenn's been great to work with. He's very easygoing, very laid back, and that's been really cool. And we really started to get to where we wanted to be there in that little stint we done in WA. And then it was time to come home. So, really positive things for the future there. We're hoping he'd get back on Saturday to the Cricky boys, and then their premier changed it from Saturday to Monday. So that was the whole idea, was get back there. I'll do the Wednesday night, shake that car down, and then Beto flying Saturday where we go. But it just didn't work out that way. And just really, really lucky and thankful that I had one of my best mates for the last 30 years, Steve Melville, was there to sub in and give us a hand, and we've got a great result together. So
next up, I want to talk about the new Speedway and just get a few thoughts about what you think about it. What are your thoughts on the new Speedway here in Sydney that we're going to get?
Thoughts are Sydney's gone. Any Speedway in Sydney's a good thing. We currently at this point in time don't have one, so it's going to be good. Look, from what I've seen, I don't know a lot about it, to be honest, but from what I've seen, the government's really putting a big effort in, and they're going to give us a world-class facility to use, which, they don't build them for 1 or 2 years. It'll be there for the next 20, 30 years, which is fantastic for our sport in New South Wales and Sydney. Sydney needs it. So many cars, so many competitors. We've all talked about a lot over the last 12, 18 months on, how many people feed off the industry in Sydney, and it's been people's Saturday night for so long and that. So I'm just stoked to see a track, the government doing what they said they'll do.
Do you have like an opinion on what you think, like what you would have liked to have seen with the track? I know like you've got so much experience of having raced at so many different tracks over the years. Would you like to have seen like a big track like Kwinana, or do you like would you want just a replica of Parramatta or something else?
Yeah, I just like yeah, Parramatta with a new toilet block. That'd be perfect for me. It was, yeah, Sydney Speedway was the best track in the country, hands down. We'll never replicate it. It'll never be the same in that respect. I think just with insurance and stuff, they have to put a fence around it. From what I understand, you can't actually build a replica, exactly the same sort of layout as Sydney, because with the trot and track and stuff, I don't believe insurance and that would even allow that anymore. So just putting a fence around it, you're not going to have that. You can't replicate it, to me. Look, size-wise, I think, your motorplex, and that's probably two wide open spaces. I like racetracks that you need to back pedal, you need to lift, there might be a cushion you've got to bounce off and this and that. And, add some variety into let the drivers drive the race cars. Not a big fan of just big wide open spaces. Even the tracks in America, your half mile stuff and that, it doesn't, with the wings and that we've got, it doesn't always create really good racing. I think most times you find your quarter mile race to America produce better racing than the half miles as overall. So quarter miles is the size for me. I think Parramatta size was really good. Parramatta, if they can make it as close to that, about that size, but it's got to be where it's not, it's got to be 2 grooves. That's the whole thing.
No, it's cool to see that you're excited about it, man. And hopefully, I mean, it's pretty early days, but are you planning on racing out here when the track is open?
Yeah, definitely, mate. We'll go around again next year. I'd say without a doubt, I'll be on the road. So it won't be a every week thing, but I'm excited about going back on the road, doing the national tour again. I haven't done that don't even know, probably 2010 or something was the last time I've done World Series and that. So that's going to be, exciting later in your career to go to all those tracks you haven't been to for a long time and that. But yeah, without a doubt, racing in Sydney is what I've always done, and we'll get there as much as we can.